To become a doctor is already a bit like becoming an artist. So, thankfully, here we're not dealing with anything related to a person's health. So, even when giving someone an injection, I try to do it as painlessly as possible, causing as little bruising as possible. But of course, I'm in the first do no harm mode. Hello, I am Dr. Nurkan Taskara Emersioglu. I'm an anatomy specialist and a medical aesthetic doctor. I have been working at İstanbul Saltat Polyclinic for approximately 17 years, and at the same time, I'm the responsible manager of this place. Here, we perform all kinds of medical aesthetic procedures, except for surgical ones. From head to toe, we offer all kinds of skin-related treatments, such as mesotherapy, fillers, detoxification procedures, skin rejuvenation treatments, hair-related solutions including mesotherapy and PRP, as well as treatments for vascular issues, mole removal, and we also have a dermatologist for skin disease-related procedures. In our body department, we provide a wide range of treatments, from localized fat reduction to skin tightening, cellulite treatments, and various therapies for issues like stretch marks. İstanbul Saltat has been in this industry for approximately 25 years. And indeed, by continually adding to her knowledge and striving for excellence, she has built this clinic, constantly advancing and improving every day. She's one of the best in the industry, I have to tell. Of course, we are not only serving patients from our own country, but we also have a significant number of patients coming from abroad. Furthermore, we strive to satisfy them, whether it's through word of mouth or by keeping up with digital platforms. Actually, as I mentioned, since I've been working here as a doctor for the past 15 to 16 years, we have already had a significant number of international patients. But if you were to ask about the legal process, we have been a clinic with a health tourism certificate for about 7 to 8 months now. Considering the international conferences I've attended on my behalf and on behalf of other Turkish doctors, I believe we have achieved many great and wonderful things. That's why our international patients highly prefer us in this regard. We believe that we should also have a presence abroad. In fact, we often hear lovely comments like, "Why aren't you in the UK or Miami?" from many patients who live abroad or even from those in Turkey, suggesting that it would be great if we were present there. We also have such goals, and we honestly want to achieve them as soon as possible. To become a doctor is already a bit like becoming an artist. So, thankfully, here we're not dealing with anything related to a person's health. We are working to improve and help individuals feel better, whether it's in terms of their mental well-being or their physical health, to ensure that they feel their best. From the moment a patient enters the clinic, we strive to make them feel better through the colors and patterns they see on the walls, pleasant scents that greet them, the appearance and style of our staff, and their way of speaking. In this sense, being holistic is crucial and necessary to provide comprehensive care. That's why you'll find our walls very colorful, aesthetically pleasing, and imbued with an artistic spirit. I don't want something like this, personally speaking. Nowadays, there are so many people online who look so much alike that it's starting to feel very mechanical to me. It's not good for everyone having two prominent cheekbones, oversized lips, or the same eyebrow proportions. Art, as we know it, already requires a bit of asymmetry. There is a unique beauty within everyone. I have to say, patient, to be honest, because as a doctor, we don't really like using the word customer. I try to look at my patients with that perspective. Of course, the proportion of their eyebrows and eyes should be good, but the best aspect is their age. I want them to appear as the healthiest. So, you can think of it like a portrait or a sculpture. I aim for healthy and graceful aging. In other words, not everyone should have the same volume or the same amount of cheek enhancement. But their skin should glow beautifully, be well moisturized, with slightly reduced fine lines, smaller pores, and high-quality, shiny hair. I want them to have the best age possible. Saying to someone, "I'll take you back 10 years," is an outright lie and unrealistic and not natural. I want us to age naturally. For myself, I want to age naturally. While doing this, I want us to appear lively, vibrant, healthier, and more dynamic. I've been with this clinic for approximately 17 years. I can say that I've catered to and seen patients from nearly 3 generations. One of the most beautiful things is to see a young girl of 7 or 8 years old, whom I treated with laser hair removal, grow up, get married, and have her own child, and then see her receiving some treatments for her face. It's truly a delightful experience. We have never built a portfolio here through advertisements. Someone said, "There's a doctor right there, and you should definitely go to them." So, our portfolio has actually grown through word of mouth, referrals from friends, and referrals from mothers and daughters. That's a very enjoyable thing. When someone enters through the door, they say, "Nerken hanem, I feel like I have come to my home. You have such a beautiful energy. When I leave here, all my burdens are lifted." I hear these sentences. Actually, in a way, I believe we're also providing a form of psychotherapy, and I can't deny that. We need to make sure we're going to the right place. Especially considering the recent pandemic, I'll say it again, we have very good doctors and practitioners, and we're doing this job very correctly. To give an example, everyone knows that from hair transplants to dental procedures, applications are progressing so beautifully. I believe that when you find the right place in the right way, you should jump right into it. The same applies in our own field, the medical aesthetics industry. A bit of monitoring and maybe some research, finding information from somewhere, knowing how to reach the right person, and these are all very important. Not just what you see on the screen or what's shared on digital platforms, but I believe it's important to verify the accuracy of that information. Even though everything about me is completely legitimate and everything I do is legal, I'm being blamed, and I'm being portrayed in a negative light because of those tiny underground activities. The entire burden falls on us. People come and say, "That patient had this filler, and that person is doing this Botox and something happened to them," when in reality, it's not true. So, you come to a doctor, receive a medical procedure, and even if a doctor were to create a complication, they are already individuals with the knowledge and ability to manage and treat it. But when you have this done by someone who has no authority, whether it's a friend or they offer a much cheaper option, regardless of your reasons for choosing them, You shouldn't have it done in such cases, and unfortunately, you have to bear the consequences. And because of this generalization, you end up tarnishing the reputation of everyone. I believe that the authorities should increase their audits and be more cautious about granting licenses. Indeed, access to information and individuals has become much easier in today's world. With the smartphone in your hand, you can reach anywhere and anyone in many ways. Now, many people are reaching us through these means as well. But when something negative about us or Turkey is heard abroad, which is certainly possible, first, thorough research is necessary. You can check their digital platforms, look at their social media profiles, and reach out to their corporate individuals or representatives for individual discussions about that center. If possible, in my opinion, within their means, when they come and step into the clinic, what they feel will be so wonderful. Because they will already feel safe and secure, they will willingly entrust themselves. When you look at the platform, you'll see that so many beautiful things are being done, and it's necessary to pay a bit more attention and scrutinize a bit further, in my opinion. Seeing something on the screen and immediately thinking, I should have this done, I should go here, is not the right approach. They should inquire a bit more. As I mentioned earlier, we are actually one of the best clinics in Turkey. Indeed, we work not only to improve a patient's outward appearance and make them look good, but also to genuinely make them feel better. So, you can think of this place as a family institution. We try to make the person who comes in feel like they're visiting a friend's home. Of course, we constantly keep up with current events and technological advancements. We do our best to access these resources to the best of our abilities. On an international level, as I mentioned, why not take this goodness and this beauty to other countries? There is already such a strong desire for this. Honestly, we have many patients from Europe and even the United States requesting and offering this. I think our next steps could involve expanding to these regions. I'm actually a person with a high level of empathy. So, I think more about the person in front of me than myself, not only in a professional sense but also in my personal life. This might be a bit tiring for me, but the happiness of the person in front of me, whether I see it in their eyes or they express it to me in words, truly motivates me. I can say that I go back and forth between continents. In the midst of such heavy Istanbul traffic, I spend almost 3 hours on the road. But believe me, seeing patients to smile and hearing sentences like, "I felt very good today, you were great again today," truly uplifts me and takes away my fatigue. But, of course, there's one thing. I'm in the first, do no harm mode. I think the Latin for primum non nocere. During our education, we were often told this. So, even when giving someone an injection, I try to do it as painlessly as possible, causing as little bruising as possible. This is a very important thing both for my patient to continue with their daily life and for them to come back to me willingly later. So, based on the saying, do no harm, I am trying to make them feel better and happier. There were many shortcomings, as you also mentioned a moment ago. Actually, at the sectoral level, we had such a deficiency to better represent ourselves both in the country and abroad and to showcase all the great work we do. I believe that we will achieve and succeed in this thanks to USTTAK, and we are very grateful to them. Oh, you come here to feel good and happy. We also want to make you feel good and happy as much as we can, but we want to do it in a natural way. If I can pass on this natural beauty to you, then you will also transmit that beautiful and natural energy to everyone around you, and it will make you feel really good.